Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I've got Mark Smith, Bijak Company, with me today. All right, Mark, tell me about the impact of 5G cellular on business services.
Indeed. About the time that you're watching this show, you're starting to hear about 5G cellular service available in most of the major cities coming online. And 5G has a massive impact for a number of reasons. Number one, compared to the LTE or 4G that you're using right now, it has up to 100 times the bandwidth. You're going to get downloads 100 times faster. It can be between 1 gig and 20 gig, which is 20 times faster than the fiber to your house, if you happen to be lucky to have fiber to your house. Now, the really massive impact on this is that most businesses have very small pipes between their data center and the edge of the internet that connects to the cellular service providers.
Right.
And if you have a pipe that's, say, 25 gig, pretty typical, you will very quickly be overrun by the 5G demand for bandwidth. And this is going to shock a lot of companies. And those that are getting queued up to handle these massive bandwidths of the 5G network are going to be light years ahead of their competition when people instantly switch away to another service provider because they can't get the service they need from their current service provider. It's going to be massively disruptive. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind is you got to start talking to your IT people and don't let them say, oh, that's not going to happen. It's going to happen instantaneously. It's going to happen the moment that we have bandwidth. So you need to keep that in mind. The second interesting thing about 5G is that it's going to really activate the Internet of Things. And maybe we can talk about that at a future conversation. But the cool thing is that the 5G IoT devices are projected to have a 10-year battery life. And that's just because of the way that 5G works. 5G works in microbursts, and you can have massively long battery life. And I expect to see a lot of this in Las Vegas in January for the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. The other aspect is that 5G handles 10,000 devices per cell. So it's really designed for that multi-device where we can have 4 or 5 devices in our office all running off of 5G, or the Internet of Things where we have thousands of sensors collecting data within a 5G cell. And with these elements, I see massive disrupting coming to businesses and business services very soon to a cell tower near you.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. That was brilliant. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.